Hi everybody, this is going to be chapter 15 and the last chapter was very long, 14, and Maeve's dad phoned up to let her know that they were going back home and to warn her because she's got house arrest. So let's see whether her mother finds out that she's been away all day. Chapter 15. All my dreams have Aaron in them after that party. They are nothing like the old ones were. We were stuck at the river together. Now it's like I'm walking with him, doing daily chores, except he doesn't see me. He posts a letter, he buys a new phone. It's all so ordinary, so boring. I wake up confused and tired, like I have done a full day's work. Rue has a week off college and the band are planning to go to Dublin. Honor wants us to record some tracks in her home studio. Honor is the singer that Rue has joined her group. So we'll have something slick on SoundCloud in time for the tour. Isn't that cool? That is so cool, I say, enthusiastic as possible. Rue hasn't been the same since that Saturday at the hotel, despite his superb revenge with the toilets. The children's words have stuck inside of him. Like shrapnel, he drives me home a few nights in a row, less talkative every time. One night my mother calls me when we are in the car and I try something out, something I think will make Rue happy. I'm in the car with Rue, I say. They are driving me home. Mum bollocks a little, but then just says, okay, see you later. I hang up and Rue smiles softly to the windscreen. See what you did there? I smile back. I thought, I don't know. I saw you looking so happy when Honor used this book is really different than the first book. I smile back. I thought, I don't know. I saw you so happy when Honor used so I thought I would wait for you to tell me. But then I thought, maybe you are nervous to ask or something. I don't know. I really don't know. On the few occasions I've looked inside Rue's brain, there've been no clear thoughts on pronouns, just lots of shifting little thoughts. Rue plants a kiss on my forehead. You are very sweet, but yeah, I don't know either. He lets out a sigh, so long it mists the windscreen. It was cool when Honor said that because it was like her acknowledging, oh, I see you. I am trans. You are trans. You are not just in a costume. This isn't just a performance thing or whatever. But also he or him still feels fine. It still feels like me, I suppose. So here we have the new terminology, he or him or they or then, they or thou. So they are changing the wording on the pronouns. So that's why it might sound a little bit confusing from time to time. I'm getting it now. You are trans, I asked, genuinely surprised by this. He's never referred to himself as trans before, but I thought that you meant that you are moving away from one gender and to another. I thought you liked the genderless space. I do, but it's still NB is still under the trance umbrella. Rue suddenly rattles the steering wheel with both hands in frustration. I just, I feel like I'm bad at being cis and I'm bad at being trans. Mile is so great, so cool, with they/them, so patient at explaining it to people, but the amount of explaining they have to do, I have known. Mile is 2 years, and basically every time we meet someone new, there's this big hand-holding moment. But it's worth it to Mile, because they love their pronouns, and I just feel like, I don't know, I don't have the patience. Rue slaps the steering wheel again. I don't have the time to explain to cis people and talk about grammar every day. I just don't. I didn't. Almost die to then come back and explain things to people who don't care anyway. That happened in the first book. Go and listen to the first book. Then you can understand this book much better. Tears fill my eyes. I feel bad at this, like this is not the correct non-binary feeling to have. Pull over. Rule pulls over and I throw my arms around him. Listen, I don't know much about trans politics or whatever, but if him is fine for now, then him it is fine for now. You see, they're bashing with words. He's going round in his head with what he is and how to describe it in order not to explain it to everybody. I think that's what it is. You can change your mind whenever you want. I just don't want to be inconsistent. I don't want people saying, oh, he doesn't know what he is. He's always flipping, flopping. I don't want to be embarrassed. I look at him. Where is this coming from? And who are people? Who on earth would you embarrass? I don't mean to look into his brain, genuinely, but my gift has become taut and toned now. Freak, disgusting, perverse. Is this about the children? What about the idiot woman said to you in the hotel? No! Yes, the children of Bridget are a hate group. Remember, their whole thing is to make people feel like freaks. Rue doesn't say anything. He doesn't seem to think much either. His mind is blank, bleached out by shame. I love you, and so does everyone else. You are a genius. Rockstar, I hate that. You were made to feel any other way. I bite my lip. When you go up to Dublin, I continue, you are going to have such an amazing time because you are going to be with Honor and with Mile, and you are going to be so surrounded by creativity, brilliant people, that you are going to completely forget about any of this. And for the first time, I genuinely am excited for Rue to go away on tour. We are not enough, I realize, and that's okay. Rue smiles weakly. I know, thank you. You are right, I love you too. We start driving. We turn the volume way up on the speaker and we sing along to Honor's latest album. At lunchtime in school, the next day, the three of us girls are sitting around the break room table when I hear a voice behind me. You are that girl, it says, the girl whose boyfriend is in the band. I turn round and see two girls in the St. Bernadette's uniform idly. I wonder what they are doing in the 6th year break room. I lift my head. Yeah, I replied. I recognized them girls from the year below. Funny how you always know the faces but never the names of the girls above and below you. Are you fans or something? They scoff. No, one of them says shrilly. Fiona, Lily and I look at one another in surprise. Okay, why are you here then? They look at each other, each daring the other one to say something. Don't you know that your boyfriend is a big queer? They both scream with laughter and run out of the room. I am so bamboozled that I don't know what to do or how to react. Fiona, however, does. She springs to her feet and disappears, and I hear her scuffle into the basement. The hallway. Fiona comes back, holding one by the collar. Do you have something you want to say about my boyfriend? She says, and the girl looks so frightened that I think she's about to wet herself. Do you have something you want to say about my effing sibling? Lily says, getting to her feet. I don't know where the other 15-year-old has gone, but this one has adopted a kind of Joan of Arc expression, as if she's about to be burned at the stake for simply trying to save France. Well, isn't he? She says poisely. His name is Rue, and not that it is any of your frickin' business. He's non-binary. Oh, and you like that, do you? Yeah, actually, I say bitingly. Her face wrinkles in disgust. I think he's hot. I begin the process, trying to figure out exactly where this 15-year-old is getting off coming for Rue. I get in quickly, and I am immediately treated to a vision of Rue as this random girl sees him. He looks fierce, demonic, his makeup applied in thick, clownish layers. She's watching me and Rue cross the street together, hand in hand, judging by the weather. It's still summer. He is kissing me goodbye as I enter divination for an afternoon shift. Even at this, my heart throbs with a kind of loneliness for him. Already something as simple as him walking me to work and kissing me goodbye feels like part of the past. I take a closer look at what the girl is seeing as she watches us from across the street. The entire image is tinged with the ugliness of her memory. My skirt is shorter than it has ever been, my face a sneer, my boobs oddly enormous, my skin with mum describes as kind of pale olive, looks slightly jaundiced, sickly. This is how she sees me. I realize this is how she sees us. Freaks, she spits at me in the break room. At that point, Lily loses her patience. She brings her face close to the girls. Just who in the hell do you think you are talking to? She snaps. The girl memories start to swim into something new. Her at a COB or COB meeting, looking accordingly at the Chastity brothers. Ethan saying, it's all our job to bring our friends into the light. This girl raising her hand to ask, do they have to be our friends? Ethan shaking his head. No, they don't have to be our friends to be brought into the light. I stare harder. I start to hear fireworks. I start to see flooding hotel bathrooms. She was at the Clarendon over the weekend. She knows what we were there. 2 causing trouble. Lily starts to advance on her, and the girl's eyes widen in terror. Lily O'Callaghan, the girl who mysteriously disappeared last year and reappeared just as mysteriously again. Lily, whose mystery was only emphasized by the cloud of magic and tarot cards that had immediately preceded her absence. They think we are sinners. No, not just that. They think that we are Satanists. I can see that Lily is itching to spark her. Lily, I tug on her arm. Don't. She's just some poor idiot. Excuse me, the girl interrupts, her fear turning once again to revolution. Realizing she's outnumbered, she flounces out of the door, but calls backward. At least I'm not some devil-worshipping tramp. The silence between the 3 of us only lasts a few seconds, but it's so dense that the air around us is almost humid. Fiona is the first to speak. Did she just call you a devil worshipper? She says quietly. Despite everything, I laugh. Yeah, I think she did. Devil worshipper, she starts to smile. Yep, I'm almost giddy now, laughing from the back of my throat. I make a dry hacking sound, like a cat with a fur ball. At this, even Lily starts to giggle. Maeve, you are a devil worshipper, Lily splutters, and a tramp. I laugh. A devil worshipping tramp. Jesus Christ, Fiona is bent over now, holding on to her waist. Devil worshipping tramp. Oh, devil worshipping tramp. And that's how the rest of the afternoon goes. Me, Lily and Fiona whispering devil worship tramp at one another and cracking up. I even pass Lily a note that says the devil worshipping tramp in biology, and I notice triumphantly when she smiles, she passes me a drawing back. It's a kind of super sexy Jessica Rabbit sketch, only she's wearing horns on her head. I smile, and despite the obvious worry that there's a girl in 5th who apparently hates us so much that she's perfectly comfortable spitting at us in the break room, I can feel the beginnings of something with me and Lily. Some reawakening of the old dynamic. It's us, the weirdos, against them, the normals. It's a rhythm we know as well as our own breath. The whole thing is extremely funny until the end of the day, when I go to my locker to dump my books there. In permanent marker, a message has been scrawled. EX.2218. That's something, a psalm out of the Bible. Fiona and Lily look at it with me, utterly confused. Do you have to meet an X at 20 past 10? Asks Lily. Do you even have an X? Fiona traces or trances her fingers on the stain. I don't think it's an X like an ex-boyfriend, she says. I think it's an X like Exodus. Exodus chapter 22, verses 18. Something I forgot, that even though she's an atheist, Fiona's family is slightly more Catholic than mine. The Philippines is larger Catholic, and the Philippines is largely Catholic, and so once was Ireland, which means Fi was born, in her own words, a double Catholic. She takes out her phone and Googles the Bible verse. Her eyes, usually sparkling with jokes and fun, go dull and strange. What does it say, Fi? It says, she looks at her phone again to make sure she's got it right, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. A witch as W-I-T-C-H. Okay, so we'll find out in the next chapter what they're going to do about it or what it means. I'll see you in the next chapter. Take care. Please like and share. Thank you.